Hello and welcome to the Red Room. Today we are talking about one of our favorite subjects, safety tools and consent in gaming. And Sylvia is going to start.
But first, I need to rant. And you saw how Miguel allowed me to speak. So our last video...
I have listened and I have learned.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Our last video caused a bit of, I'm going to say confusion, be nice, on a Facebook group. Yes, outrage. But the funny thing in it, I love that one of the persons, the last video was the one in which we talk about story games and how to play a story without playing a story, without storytelling, and how to play a story without playing a story game. Stop interrupting me. And one of the persons one of the people there in that group that criticized the speaker, that was this person here, was complaining that only he was allowed to talk and blah, blah, blah. And I felt really, really good that someone was outraged by me, especially for those that know me. Well, I try to behave on the videos, but I have a tendency to talk a lot and to talk over people. So that's actually something that I'm trying to control now, especially when we do the videos. But just thank you for the person. I know they're not going to see any of our videos. This is not about story games after all. But thank you for caring about me.
I have listened and I have learned and I will try to do better. I'm very sorry for my toxic masculinity in the past, and I'm trying to become a male feminist.
I think you need to change gender. We're both going to change genders.
Cut my balls.
No, you don't need to cut your balls. You start wearing my clothes and I start wearing your clothes. Of course, I need to lose some weight first. But okay, let's get back on topic. So safety tools popped back on Twitter again. They always pop back because they are very needed. We never did a video about them also, although we did talk about it in almost all of our interviews.
And especially one, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Don't apologize. This is a talk show. This is not...
With the Bloodworth?
Yes. Exactly. Especially because he wrote that safety tools for grown-ups. That's not the name, but this sounds good.
For old grown-yards.
So what I personally feel is that, and I know I'm not alone on that, is that a lot of these people in the role-playing scene now, they are confusing BDSM and sexual role-play with tabletop role-playing games. So guys, this is not the same thing.
I don't think they're watching.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. We can always post it in some place to get people triggered.
I think so. Probably.
And I just don't understand. I'm not going to talk about how people don't need safety tools. If you don't know how to behave, if you need safety tools to make sure that the people in your table are well treated, you shouldn't be a game master. My cats, for instance.
Stop that. The cats need safety tools.
Yes, the cats definitely need an X
Ask
card.
for consent, please.
So if you need safety tools to make sure that the people around your table are feeling comfortable and safe, you failed as a basic human being. You shouldn't be interacting with people. You shouldn't even in a hobby as role-playing. So you shouldn't be involved in anything social. Do you agree with that? You can speak. We're very quiet. That's annoying me.
So, okay. About safety tools and consent forms and all that shit, lines and veils, etc., etc., etc. Okay, let's begin. First of all, they don't work.
No.
We already know that.
Let's talk about the Adam. Let's mention the Adam Cobble incident.
I don't think it's called Cobble.
I know it's the Cobble
or something.
Yes,
like
but I like to call him Cobble or the robot rape.
So the man was a poster boy for wokeness.
He invented the X card or one of them. No, it wasn't, but it was one of the tools, right?
No. I think he was the author of.
They're all the same for me. They all have blue hair.
Just the green and he probably still has various colors. No, he's a game designer, a woke and
Yeah, but he was using the consent tools.
He was using the X card.
Yes, exactly.
The X card.
And nobody raised the X cards.
No, they didn't. And all those outrage expressions we were seeing during that video, it's strange. They didn't like, they seemed to be forced. So they weren't really worried about what was going to happen. And it was ridiculous because it was a techie and the robot, and the techie who was the NPC just inserted something, and there was well, we repaired the robot.
Yes, and the robot had an orgasm.
Robots can't have orgasms.
And another thing that I would say, maybe the problem is that someone was playing a robot. Why are you playing a robot? Yeah,
probably it's strange. It was a woman that probably, that's why they did the canceling, because it was a woman. If it was with two guys, probably. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, but well, it approved that safety tools don't work.
I bet those people, all those people were into BDSM, I don't know, but into X cards and safety tools. So they didn't even use it because they forgot about it.
Let's be fair, because if they are into the gaming, they're not going to. And probably, let's be fair, someone decided this is a good chance to get rid of the guy.
It may have happened.
Just because they do like to eat themselves.
And then there's the other question, because if you aren't confident enough to say, I'm worried, what happening is triggering me or whatever, why are you going to use the card? Or it's the same.
You already triggered the moment that the guy talks about it. But there's the other way, the list that you can just, so you are at the convention and you're going to play a game about with spiders. And then you can go and say, here, I want to join this game, but I have arachnophobia, so no spiders.
That's ridiculous, because, well, you have all those options, and then we are telling the complete stranger what triggers you. That's absolutely.
I don't want to tell my friends what triggers me. I don't want to tell you what triggers me, because then I know people will use it to trigger me.
I will. So that's ridiculous.
Not the other players, just me.
That's ridiculous. Yes, that's ridiculous, because if you were telling people what triggers, it makes no sense.
Also, another good point that someone was making is that normally people, unless you have a really severe had a really severe traumatic experience, if you have a thing with spiders or with blood, it's not talking about spiders, it's actually seeing a spider, right?
Yes. So let's use that as an example. I don't like spiders. I probably have a mild arachnophobia.
Can I tell something a little bit embarrassing? That once you almost jumped out of the car because there was a spider in the car.
It was
the car was moving, but the car was moving very slow because we're still in the park. And you just opened the door and I'm like, what the hell are you going? And the car's moving. Okay,
so this proves that I'm mildly arachnophobic. Let's do a test. Okay.
Spiders. Imagine there's a spider in your hand.
Imagining there's a spider, a big black hairy spider, and it's crawling up my arm from my hand, and now it's crawling up my arm and it's crawling up my neck.
I think it's inside your shirt, actually.
It's inside my shirt. Yeah.
So how you feel? Are you feeling triggered?
No. Why? Because there was no spider. There was no fucking spider. If there was a spider here, well, if it was on my hand and it was a tarantula, I would probably freeze. But if it was something smaller, I would immediately do this and run away.
Yeah, so, especially because you can't run away from this side because I'm here, I'm blocking you.
So, okay. I don't like to be, I'm mildly claustrophobic also. And if you want to describe how the ground is falling over me, or you
are locked in a casket.
Yeah, like locked in a casket, which is also always a good thing for people who are obsessed with claustrophobia. I don't mind. Like it's nothing. You're just talking about stuff. It won't trigger you unless you're really have a problem. And if you really have a problem, you shouldn't be playing games or watching movies
really careful. Exactly.
Or listening to people talking about things that might trigger you. I don't know. Is there such a person who gets immediately triggered by someone talking about whatever it's that person's phobia.
I guess maybe someone that has a
Perhaps.
very severe, it's not just a phobia, that needs to be really someone that has post-traumatic stress.
If
probably.
that person exists, that person cannot watch a movie, read a book, watch whatever. They can't, because it might happen, it might show up, and perhaps
play a computer game.
Yeah, so playing a role-playing game is just one of those things that person cannot do, because if winds scares that person, if spiders or
I think we are being
closed
ableist.
spaces. Yeah.
But I want to go back to this because this is related especially with horror. Let's go back to the BDSM people.
Mhm.
And we like horror games, and we've seen this, especially the people that appeared that were attracted to the new cult. And in the beginning, I saw a lot of comments on the cult group, on the new cult group, where people were
no, it's not new. It's
okay.
The cult group has always been the same.
But it's full of people that like the new cult. So a lot of them were into BDSM.
Yeah.
Too many of them were into BDSM, but I don't think they are really into BDSM.
Probably,
I think they're like they cosplay.
Yeah, they like the idea. Probably that's it. They are cosplaying people like rough sex, I think.
Yes, probably.
So they don't do.
I don't know. I don't care what they do, but keep it out of the tabletop role-playing games.
I understand that. Well, let's try to look at this through their perspective. So they are millennials, I think, probably, and they don't like pain, but they want to be sadists and masochists. But I don't like to provoke pain or suffer pain, because it's everything is problematic and everything is hard. And okay, so they want to do it, but they, at the same time, they want to do it because they want to be special and different.
I wonder,
and cool. So they play games. Cult is a great game for that. Still has an inspiration on Hellraiser and
yes.
Clive Barker, so
and
it seems like the same
Cenobites are
thing.
inspired in sadomasochism.
So it seems like they are having a sadomasochism relationship or session or whatever they call it, but it's safe, right? But they need the safe tools.
They need the tools to make it even safer. It's safe words.
Safe words, yes. They need safe words.
So you need to stop, because now you're getting serious. Now the role playing. Now you're really hurting me.
And
please say banana.
There were other people there also that those are all over Twitter. The guys and girls who want to play on their they want to play role-playing games as therapy. They want
to play themselves, and yes, that's another one.
Also, they want to use their fears and
they're attracted to horror because of that.
And
they want to role-play their traumas. You shouldn't. You can do that with a. Yeah, you see, I can talk over him. You can do that, but with a therapist. Don't do that with a game master.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Now we can talk. Sorry.
All those persons, they obviously want to feel special, so they have lots of traumas. They are all trauma survivors. I think there's too many people who are trauma survivors.
I didn't have
ice
cream
disabled
one day
people.
when I was a kid, so I was a trauma survivor.
Everyone has been harassed and
bullied
and whatever, and they all have very complicated lives. So okay, they are trauma survivors, and but they want to.
They all have mental issues.
Yeah, and disabled, and okay, so everybody is something. They want to put their traumas at stake in the game, their real world traumas, but at the same time they want to feel safe, and then they need safety tools, and people have to walk around them with care, because they are exploring their traumas. Well, maybe you should go to a shrink and explore your traumas there.
You can do that in group. You can do group therapy.
Yeah, it's role playing also, but it's another kind of role playing with a professional therapist, not a game master, because the game master can, well, not tell every game master. Some of those are probably into the same shit, so they'll probably like that. But game masters like me couldn't care less about your problems and your traumas. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Not even yours.
I know.
That's it.
I was going to say something else, but now I
You can.
forgot. Yeah, I can. Yes, I know, but I forgot what I went. I remember what I wanted to say. I wanted to say something that I think sounds nice. Well, if everybody is special, then nobody is special.
Yeah, that's it. Well, but they can feel safe anyway. So
yes,
about that rubbish safety tools and the consent forms.
Nobody needs safety
Oh yeah,
tools.
well,
you can use it if you want.
We forgot about something. To mention the woman who looks
Yes.
like a Sex and the City character.
Yeah, that has that writes BDSM.
What's her name? Shania,
yes.
or something like that.
So she writes. There's this lady that writes erotic BDSM.
So like 50 Shades of Grey,
tales,
but fan fiction.
Yes, and at the same time, she writes for role-playing games, and she wrote consent.
I'm not sure if she writes.
Yeah, she wrote,
she
but
wrote
that consent rules, because consent rules go so well with BDSM.
Yeah, well,
and erotica.
Most likely, either someone at that company, which is Monty Cook, I think, knows her from somewhere else, or they just looked for someone who could write those, and probably she wrote the part about sex, and someone just slightly changed that into gaming.
And actually, that's one of the reasons that we thought about doing this video, because I had a theory, and that person proves my point. It's like, there is a connection. I'm not insane. Well, I am.
And this was something that was on Twitter.
Yes, 3 days ago. They're still discussing that yesterday. So there is.
Start to the conversation.
I think it was the basic expert. He did the post, and then someone else wanted to kill him.
I told him that she was the author, and she had written all those books. That was on Amazon.
Yes, they were on Amazon. She had
and then he posted that on Twitter. Yes, that was it.
So it proves the point that yes, there is a connection. There shouldn't be, but there is a connection.
Yes, well, it doesn't surprise me. The way they talk about it sounds a lot like
exactly.
I'm not sure if some of those tools use the safe word expression, but well, it's probably
it's almost the same, because when you have the X card and
well,
you just pull a card when you want to stop.
Yeah.
So basically, it's the same bananas.
But in that case, yeah, right. It's someone who is involved in that other hobby, and brought it into role-playing games, or someone brought her into role-playing games, because I seriously don't see the role player. I already told that, but people were, oh no, why not? There are many people. Yeah, I know. Most role players are fat guys with beards and not much hair. I know that everybody isn't like that. I'm not fat, and I don't have a beard. I never had a beard. So not everybody is like that. A lot of people is like that. A lot of people is different. But she doesn't look like... she doesn't.
It's very unlikely.
Yeah, it's very unlikely.
It doesn't mean that she can have played with friends and everything, but that doesn't make her.
But well, anyway,
a role player.
On her Amazon profile, I'm not sure if
she says she's a nerd.
Yeah,
she's a nerd. So yeah, that's
maybe she played a few computer games, role-playing computer.
That's the problem, because being a nerd now, being a geek is so cool.
It's so that's really a problem. Yes. It was never cool.
We don't want to be cool. No. It's okay to be uncool.
Yeah.
Let's end this shit.
Let's see.
Yeah. Let's end of rant.
Okay.
Sorry for all the, I'm gonna say, crazy talk. We were very organized today. Yeah, but I think today we were even worse. That was because you were trying to talk over me.
Yeah. Okay. I apologize again for the toxic masculinity. I will try to end it.
Yeah, you need to replace it with toxic femininity.
You stupid woman.
Okay, bye folks. We're out.